Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make some tags in Canva. Now I've been asked to do more tutorials on Canva and recently I needed to make a tag for some handmade product that I sell, and I made the tag but I didn't record it, so I just thought I would record a quick video for you today using Canva. Let me first explain though, because in a previous video, a person left several comments on one of the videos saying that Canva is not free, you have to pay for it. And I went back and said, no, it's completely free. I've used it for years, never had to pay for it. And this person then put another reply saying it's only free for 30 days. So let me just address this straight away. That is not the case. I am wondering if that person is getting confused with Creative Fabrica, which I also use. With Creative Fabrica, there is a trial period, and at the end of the trial period, you can either sign up, and then once you've signed up and become a member, everything that is on the website is completely free to use with, user licenses, etc. Or you can just not renew after your trial period, and that's the end of it. But Canva does not have a trial period. You just go to Canva. I'm here on the homepage, canva.com. From memory, I think you just create an account, which is just a username and password, and you can start using it, and you can use it for as long as you want, completely free, no trial period whatsoever. Now, you can update Canva to a paid subscription, which gives you a few extra features. However, I have never found the need to upgrade to the paid version. As I say, I use the free version only, and I have done for many, many years. And I'm sure there is a Canva playlist here on my YouTube channel. If you hear any background noise, it's Ed, my little dog. He was fast asleep a minute ago, but the minute I start talking or if the phone rings, I've said this before, turns into a naughty 2-year-old. So I've just started recording this video. He's woke up and decided that he's going to go and try and drag his toy box out of the shelf where it's kept. Okay, so Canva. We're at canva.com, completely free. I am going to start by choosing a design. This is how I did it to make my tags. So I basically, in the search box, I typed tag, okay? And it brings up all sorts of things. There's loads and loads and loads of stuff on here. I wanted a tag in more of a traditional shape, something like this with angled corners and a flat top and kind of rectangular shape. I honestly cannot remember which one I chose. What I'm looking for is a free one. So if you look at this set of tags here, you'll see it's got the little crown and it says Pro. That means you can only use this design in the Pro version. And like I say, I'm using the free version. So I'm just going to scroll through and I'm going to look for anything that doesn't have that crown on it. So if it doesn't have the crown on it, it means it's free to use. So I'm just going to keep scrolling. So here's one. This is the kind of shape I want. It doesn't have the crown or anything on it. So I'm just going to select that, and it says copy of black and white art line floral tag, and then it says customize this template. So that's what I want to do. I basically just want the shape. That's all I want. So I'm going to select on customize this template. It explains here it's 100% fully customizable. You can share it and publish it anywhere, edit and download on the go. So I'm going to click customize this template, and then that brings it in with all its designs on. So the first thing I'm going to do is select all of these except one and just hit delete on my keyboard. I'm left clicking and dragging over the design to highlight it. Now I'm going to select this one. I'm going to say copy, and then I'm going to go back to where it says file, and I'm going to say create new design. I want a custom size design. I'm in the UK. I use A4 UK size card to print on. And in the UK, that's 8.25 by 11.75. I've already got a size here selected because it's a size I've used recently to make my own tags. But basically what you do, you'll see the width and the height box, and by default it's always on pixels. You want to change it to however you use your documents. So if you use inches, change it to inches, or millimeters or centimeters. I work in inches, so I would change that to inches. I could just choose this that says recent, but I just want to show you how to do it. So in the width, 11.75, and in the height, 8.25, and then hit create new design. That brings up a blank page. Now I'm going to right click anywhere on this blank page and hit paste, and that will bring in the tag. Not sure how well you'll see it because it's come in tiny. So I'm going to drag on the left hand corner just to bring it onto the page a little bit, and then you'll see it's got two purple boxes. Now depending on which tag shape you choose, you may have more purple boxes. Basically that means that all these elements that are on the tag, including the tag, are all individual elements. The original tag shape that I chose, I think, had maybe 4 or 5 different elements, but as I say, I can't remember which one it was I actually chose, so I'm going with this one. So you'll also see there are 4 circles, one in each corner. If I drag on the bottom right, just to make this a bit bigger, it's dragging this shape out now. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit in the hope that you can see it. The size I used for my tag, but again, this is entirely up to you. You do whatever you want for your project. You could make this bigger to fit on the front of a card, for example. You could do the page in portrait orientation. So where I selected 11.75 by 8.25, you could put 8.25 by 11.75 and make the tag as big as your page. You could then maybe cut it maybe 3 or 4 times in cardstock, glue it together to give yourself a more like a chipboard type tag, and then decorate it and use it as home decor. It's entirely up to you. I'm just showing you the process I went through to make a sheet full of tags that I needed to be able to attach to handmade product that I sell in my handmade business. So when you drag out the corner, you'll see a black box appear with white text, and that's the size. So at the moment, this is currently 1.8 inches wide by 2.8 inches high. I made mine 2 inches wide, so I'm going to keep dragging till I get to 2, and I went with the size nearest to 3 inches high, and as you can see here, it's 3.2, so I'm going to let go, and that's exactly the size that I made my tag for my product. So now I'm going to left click anywhere on the page to deselect, and now I'm going to select this leaf design and hit delete on my keyboard. So now I've got my basic tag shape. From here I can then now start to decorate it up. You can as I say, I've got a Canva playlist, so you can go back and look, and I know I did a couple of lives on Canva. They'll all be in the same playlist, I think, or they might be in the live playlist as well. And you can go back and go into a lot more detail about things you can do. But, you can click on elements and you can type something up here in the search box and look and drag it on. I've already got a PNG image uploaded, so I'm going to use that one again. I just need to find it. There it is. So I'm going to left click on this image, and I'm just going to zoom back out again just so I can see the drag handles. And then again, I'm going to get a corner and I'm going to shrink it down. And basically all as I did, I shrunk it down to a size that I felt was maybe appropriate for the tag. Again, I don't know what size I actually used on my original page of tags, but I'm just showing you the process. So I shrunk it down a bit, and then you can move it around, and as you move it around, you'll see that like red vertical dotted lines appear or horizontal dotted lines. That's just telling me those dashed or dotted lines are telling me that this image is now kind of centered within that tag. If you move it around on the page, you'll see a solid pink line. And when those lines appear, the solid ones, that means it's centralized to the actual A4 page. I want this image on my tag at the moment. I'm not unduly bothered about where it goes. I'm just going to place it for now. As I say, I may have to resize it. I'm going to use the zoom slider at the bottom just to make this bigger in the hope that you can see it better. Then from here, I just wanted my tags fairly simple. I wanted the name of my handmade business, my website, and I wanted a QR code so that people could scan the QR code if they saw the tag, you know, on the bag in the shop, and they could go straight to my website and look for other products. I also wanted to put a bit of a thank you on, and I also added a pound sign on mine so that I could write a price on. So from here now, I came over to the left and came to the text, and I think I chose add subheading, but it doesn't really matter at this stage because you can resize it to fit your design. So I'm just going to choose add subheading, and then with this word highlighted, I'm just going to start to put in my website. And then I'm going to come to the left at the top where it tells you the font, and this is just the font that is chosen by default when you choose add subheading. I'm going to click on the downward arrow and I'm just going to choose a font. This isn't the font that I actually used, but it looks quite nice. So I'm going to just use the minus key next to the numbers, which is the font size, and see if I can get this to fit on my tag. Now I'm at 132% and that's quite tiny, so I think I'm going to change the font to see if I can get it to stand out more at a bigger size, because 7-point font is small. So let's try something else. Okay, so this one is, it looks like Glicker Condensed. So now you can see how much smaller it's gone. So I can make the font bigger to get this to fit better on my tag, so it's, you know, more visible. If I take this down to 100%, that would be how it would look in real life. And I think that's, you know, that's readable. It's okay. So let's just take it back up so that you can see it. So I'm going to select it. You can rotate it with this first circle. The second circle with like the 4 pointing arrows just enables you to move it around. So for now, I'm keeping it centralized to the tag. You can see the red dotted lines when I move it, and I'm just moving it up near the top for now. I'm going to choose the subheading again, and then this time I'm just going to write the name of the website. And again, I'm going to come back to the fonts. You can choose a different font if you want. It will show you at the top here fonts that you've, you know, recently used. So Canva Sans was the default that opened up this document, and this Glicker, you can see it here, is the one I've just used here. So again, now I can either drag the corners in, or I can use the plus and minus feature against the font size. So now let's move that down. Let's put the name at the top, maybe try and make it a little bit bigger. Then put the website underneath, like so. Again, I can select it. I can change the color if I want. So the name of the website is now selected. If I come up to where it's got the A, which is the text icon, and you'll see it's got the colors underneath it. If I select that, I can then choose some colors. Now, because I've got an image on my page, here where it says photo colors, it's showing me the colors that are in this image. So if I wanted to say color match it, with the text selected, I could choose the green and I could change it to green. Then I could choose the next set of text, and just to make that a little bit different, I could change the color of that one. Then I'm going to bring the image in again and just make it a bit bigger. And then again, you know, this is the kind of process I went through. And then once I'd got everything on the page that I wanted, I then went back and tweaked everything. So, you know, like maybe I adjusted the size of the photograph, maybe I adjusted the size and the colour of the text, etc. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Elements. And in the search box, you can see it says recently used. So it shows anything that I've recently used, but I'm going to show you how to find it. So I'm going to go to the search box at the top. Because I searched QR code recently, it's there. But if there was nothing in here, in this search box at the top, if you type QR code, it would help if I spelt it correctly, and hit enter. It will bring up QR codes for you. Now, there is an app which I did install some time ago, but when I was making this tag recently, it said that the app wasn't available. So this is how I searched for a QR code to make my tags. So I've got QR code in the search box. I'm on all, and then you can see here it says see all, and you just basically have to, you know, work your way through them. Again, a lot of them have the crown and they say pro, so you can't use them in the free version, but there are lots and lots and lots of free things, you know, that you can use in Canva. So just because a lot of the QR codes say they're from the pro version doesn't mean to say that there won't be a QR code in here that's free. And again, you know, you can choose how you want it to look. I'm not going to go into that at the moment. I just want to show you the process that I went through to make my tags. So I'm going to choose this one here. And then I'm just going to zoom back out again. You can see it comes in quite big. I think I made mine for my tag about 3/4 of an inch square. So I'm going to drag it down until I see, you know, maybe 0.7 or 0.75. Okay, now I can make the screen bigger again to show you. So this is my QR code, and I positioned it near the bottom. Here it says use app, and then what you do is you type in this box the website or link, whatever it is you want to link to for your QR code, and then it says generate code. So I'm going to get rid of that one. So let me drag this one down now to 0.7, bring it over here. Now I'm going to just test it out. You're not going to see this because obviously I'm doing a screen record, but I've got my phone, my iPhone, I'm on the camera app, on photo, and I'm just going to point my phone at this QR code on the screen, and now on my phone I can see the name of my website. So that means that that QR code is working, and on my phone all I would need to do is tap on the name that's appeared on my phone screen, which is where that QR code is linking to, and it will go straight to my website. You might want to link, you know, to a Facebook page or an Instagram or whatever. I just wanted mine to link to my website. So that's how I added the QR code. I'd just forgotten how to do it. Now I'm going to come back to text. And so people, you know what this is, because not everybody will know what this is. I'm going to come back to the text. I'm just going to choose the one that says a little bit of body. Doesn't matter, as I say, you can choose any. And then the text comes on highlighted. I'm gonna type scan me. And then again, I'm going to make it smaller. Again, you can change the font if you want to keep everything the same. And I'm just going to drag it down here and put it centrally to the QR code. Then the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to put thank you on this. So it's a tag that's going on a product. And obviously, you know, I want people to know that this is the business, but I also want to thank them if they buy this product. So for this, I can't remember which font I chose, but I used one of the, instead of using like the default text styles, I scrolled down and I'm going to click on see all. And, you know, you could make wavy text if you wanted to. I honestly can't remember which one I chose. But again, I think what I'll do for now, I'll just go with this one. I'm going to have to zoom back out because that's coming massive. Oh no, I don't like that one. So I'm going to choose another one. Let's look for something else. Let's try this one that says a gift for you. So I'm choosing all the free elements, okay? I'm just going to zoom back out so you can see what I'm doing. So when I click on this, you can see it's got a gift and then just for you. So if I select it, I can ungroup it. I can select the bit that says a gift and send it to the bin and just use the text. So if I highlight the text, it'll tell me up here what the font is, and I'm just going to do thank you. Again, I'm going to make it smaller because it's got to fit on this tag. I'm going to drag the boxes in to kind of like isolate the area a bit better. Let me zoom out again for you to see this so you can see what I'm doing. Make this smaller, drag this in, and then I'm going to put it in place, and I'm going to line it up for the moment with the bottom of the QR code. And then because the majority of the things that I make and sell in my handmade business are dog related things, so I make like dog bandanas, I make tote bags that have got dogs on them or dog quotes and tea towels and that kind of thing. I wanted to just add a little icon. So if I come back up to the search box and clear it, and then in the search box, if I type paw and enter, oh, sorry, I need to be in elements first, not the text box. You'll see there's a paw here, but again, that's because I've recently used it. So I'm in the elements. I'm going to type paw and enter, and then I'm going to click see all, and it'll bring up everything that is free or paid for. I just want a very simple little paw shape. Again, I can't remember exactly which one I used. I'll go with this one. So I'm going to select this one because it doesn't have the crown on it, so that means it's free. Again, it's coming quite big, so I'm just going to zoom back out so you can see it. And then I'm going to grab a corner and I'm going to shrink it down and then make my page bigger again, just so you can see. I'm going to bring the paw print in and put it over the word thank you, and then just make it smaller. And then with it selected, I'm just going to use the first circle this time just to slightly rotate it. Then I'm going to select my text and just move my text up a little bit. Now again, just so it's not all black, I'm going to select the paw print. I'm going to come up to the colour swatch at the top of the page, and in my photo colours there's a kind of a pinky colour, so I want to try and pull out that pinky colour if at all possible. So I think what I'm going to do is click on the colour swatch at the top because the pinky colour's not showing up in my list of colours here. So I'm going to come to the top where it says document colours, click on the colour swatch, drag this slider over into the kind of pinky reds at the end, and then with this circle in the corner, I'm going to drag it up until I find a colour that's very similar. You see when I move it around, the colours are changing up here. I want something that's kind of similar to the one that's in this image, and that's the one I think. So I'm going to select that, and that's now changed the paw colour to kind of tie in with the photograph. Then the last thing I want to do is I always want to add like a pound sign and like a line or some dots, just so I've got somewhere to write a price on if I need to. So again, I'm going to come back to the text. I'm just going to choose one of the text boxes. I'm just going to type a pound sign and then some dots. So I'm going to stick with the same glicker condensed. So I'm going to select that, come over to the fonts, come over here and have a look and see what this looks like. I'm not so sure that I actually like that, to be honest. So I might change it. So what was this one called? Playlist script. So let's try that. So I'm going to choose this. Choose playlist script. Yeah, I like that better. I'm just going to make it a bit smaller. And I'm just going to move it down here. And then this I'm going to move up and move this over. So you can see that my tag is starting to take shape. Now I can click on the image and I can make that a bit bigger and, you know, centralize it vertically. I could also go with the image selected, I could also go up to transparency and I could set the transparency down if I want to, but I'm going to leave it as it is. And I actually think I'm not going to make it bigger, I'm going to make it a bit smaller, or more or less probably back to what it was, because I don't want it to encroach the QR code, but I might move these up a little bit like that, and then this can sit kind of down here. So at the moment you're viewing this at 208%, so if I take it down a bit smaller so you can see it, this is kind of how my tag is looking. And this is kind of like the bare bones of what my tag looked like, which I'll probably put as the thumbnail for the YouTube video, or I might just even use this one. But you know, obviously you do whatever you want to do. Now again, if I click on the tag, you'll see that there's a line style assigned to it, and it's dotted lines with a line weight of 1. Now if you wanted yours to be a solid line, you could choose the solid line, and then again you could take the line weight up. If I click off, you'll see that that line has changed. These elements must all be separate elements. I'm going to leave it as dotted, so I'm just going to undo it. So from here, basically what I did, I selected everything. I know that the tag shape is the size that I want. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to zoom back out a bit so you can hopefully see my full A4 page. I'm going to drag it up into the top left-hand corner, and with everything selected, I'm going to hit this plus button that appears, which is duplicate. And then I'm just going to left click and drag and leave a space in between. And the reason I'm leaving a space in between is because I printed this and then I put it through my scan and cut, and I chose scan direct cut, and then once the scan and cut had recognized all my outlines, I added a 0.04 offset to it, and I got the scan and cut to cut these all out for me. With this one positioned and still selected, I'm going to choose duplicate. And because I moved it and I positioned it a certain distance from the first one, when you duplicate your duplicate, if that makes sense, it positions it at the same distance and the same height, if you like. So with this third one still selected, I'm going to hit duplicate. Now, if I wanted to try and get more on the page, which I think I did, I positioned the first one more over to the left and I made the second one closer. So I'm going to select all of those and hit delete. I'm going to select this one, I'm going to bring it over, hit duplicate, select the duplicate, align it up with the bottom and just leave a little bit of a lesser spacing. And with this duplicate still selected, if I now hit duplicate, it spaces it, and if I hit duplicate again, and with the duplicate selected, hit duplicate again, you can now see that I've got 5 on the row. So now I'm going to select all of them, I'm going to hit duplicate, and I'm going to drag the duplicates down. And obviously I can see that at 3 inches high and 2 inches wide, I'm not probably going to get more than 10 on a page. So I've just positioned this set of duplicates lined up with the top row. So now I can drag an imaginary box around everything and just kind of centralize them more to the actual full-size page. So these are now all positioned vertically and horizontally in the center of this piece of card. So from here, I would just go up to the top of the page, left click. You know, you might have a different name in there. It might be the name of the tag you originally chose. I'm going to hit enter. And then from here, I would put a name in. So for this one, I'm just going to call it tags. Hit enter. Then I'm going to come over to file on the left and save. And you can see because I've put tags up here, it's calling it tags. And I'm going to hit save. And that's going to save that project now into my Canva documents. From here, I went to share. I went to download. And then because I wanted to print this on cardstock, I came over to where it says PNG suggested, which is what the default style is for Canva. And I clicked on the drop down arrow. I have showed you how to do this before. And I came down and I chose PDF print because that says that this style is best for printing. So I chose that. And then I hit the download button and that will automatically now download that document into my downloads folder on my desktop. I've already saved it in my Canva documents. It won't appear straight away, but I can close the document down now. I can close the one that I chose with the tag on originally because I don't want that. I don't need it. I can close this down because it's served its purpose. And then I can go back to Canva at the top of the page, and in a few minutes it will appear in here. So now if I just go to my downloads folder and drag out the document, I'm going to leave Canva, drag the document onto my desktop and then double click to open it. This is Eddie, by the way, my dog, for anybody that doesn't know. There is my PDF printable that I've just made in Canva, and then I can just go to print at the top of the page, which will open my printer dialog box, and you'll see it comes in. It's changed the orientation for me because by default my printer, prints portrait, and I left everything as it was and I just hit print. And then that is what I printed on cardstock. And then I put that into my scan and cut and it cut out all my tags. So Canva is so useful in many respects. You don't have to use it to make tags, as I say, for running a business. You could make a tag and put it on the front of a card. You could make a tag, like a birthday tag for somebody for a present. You might want to make a page of tags that say, happy birthday from, the Smiths or whatever, and create a page full, cut them out with your scan and cut. And then, each time you've got a birthday or family occasion throughout the year, you've got a tag ready to go on a present. As I say, I'm just showing you the process that I went through, and I wanted to clarify the fact that Canva is completely free. There's no trial period. You just sign up to a free account, and by that I mean you just put in a password and a username. You can save all your documents in Canva. You don't have to download them, but obviously if you want to print them you need to download them. And it's just a completely free resource that you can make use of. So I hope you found that helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't already do so. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments underneath the video and I will try and answer them. If there's anything else that you want to know how to do in Canva, again, leave me a comment and I will try my best to try and work out how to do it if I don't already know. And I will post a video and it will all go into the Canva playlist. But for now, I hope you found that helpful and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.